Before Oracle became a $300 billion tech giant, it began as a $1,200 side project for the CIA. The mission? Build a spy database, the secret code name Oracle. And leading it wasn't a government insider or an Ivy League genius. It was Larry Ellison, an adopted kid from Chicago, a college dropout, and a man who will gamble everything to prove the world wrong. But here's the twist. The $1,200 CIA project will ignite one of the most ruthless business empires in Silicon Valley history. Larry Ellison wasn't born into privilege. He was abandoned by his teenage mother and adopted by relatives in Chicago. His adoptive father told him that he will never amount to anything. Larry grew up angry, rebellious, and desperate to prove himself. By age 20, Ellison had dropped out of not one, but two colleges. He was an Ivy League, he was unpolished, he was broke. But he had one weapon, programming. He taught himself to code, and that single kill would become his ticket out. Ellison packed up and moved west to California. Back then, Silicon Valley wasn't full of billionaires. It was filled with misfits, engineers, and dreamers trying to build the future. Larry bounced between jobs at places like Untold and Ampex. And at Ampex, fate stepped in. His boss, Ed Oates, his colleagues, Bob Miner. Together, they were tasked with something unusual, helping build a database system for the CIA. In 1970, IBM researcher Edgar Codd had published a radical idea, the relational database. IBM had prototypes, but they were slow, cautious, and buried under bureaucracy. The CIA needed results fast, and Ellison's tiny contractor team could move quicker than the giants. The CIA didn't choose Larry. He was just another contractor, buried in an org chart. But Larry saw what no one else did. This wasn't just a spy software. It was a revolution for business. In 1977, Ellison, Miner, and Oates scrapped together $1,200 to launch a company, Software Development Laboratories. Their first client? The CIA. Their project code name, Oracle. Larry made a bold move. He took what they built for the government and spun it into the commercial product. At first, nobody cared. Big companies mocked relational databases. Too slow, too untested, too academic. But Larry didn't quit. He hyped the product, sold the dream, even when the code wasn't fully ready. By 1986, Oracle went public. Ellison fortune over $100 million. But behind the scenes, the company was on the edge of disaster. Oracle grew too fast, too recklessly. Larry's sales teams overpromised features that didn't even exist yet. The results? Angry customers, accounting scandals. In 1990, Oracle stock lost nearly half its value overnight. Wall Street wrote the obituary. Analysts said Ellison was reckless, a fraud, a gambler. Instead of quitting, Ellison doubled down. He fired staff, restructured the company, and forced engineers to make Oracle's database the best in the world. Oracle clawed its way back from the dead. Ellison wasn't just a CEO. He was a warrior. He went head-to-head with Microsoft.
Microsoft continues to do what they always do, copy other people's software and just add it to Windows.
And during the Microsoft antitrust trial, Oracle secretly hired investigators to dig through Microsoft's trash. The stunt shocked the press, but Ellison's message was clear. He will do anything to win. As Oracle's empire grew, so did Larry's persona. Yachts, mansions, private jets. He wasn't just a billionaire. He was a Silicon Valley's Bond villain. But the playboy image wasn't just vanity. Larry believed power came from business and perception. And his larger-than-life persona made him unforgettable. Ellison wasn't satisfied with databases alone. He went on an acquisition spree. PeopleSoft, Siebel, DEA, Sun Microsystem, billions spent swallowing competitors. Rivals called him ruthless, but their strategy worked. Oracle transformed from a niche database vendor into a full-stack enterprise software giant. Ellison had conquered databases, but a new battlefield was rising, the cloud. In 2014, Ellison stepped down as CEO, but he didn't disappear. He became Oracle's Chief Technology Officer, steering the company into cloud computing. He bought 98% of the Hawaiian island of Lanai. He invested in Tesla. He joined Elon Musk in Tesla's board. From an abandoned child in Chicago to a dropout who turned CIA spy software into Oracle, to one of the richest and most feared men in Silicon Valley. Larry Ellison's story proves one thing. Sometimes the biggest empire don't start in classroom, they start in the shadow.